I mean, we can all agree Jason Momoa was born to play Lobo. Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome back. It's a random review from me, Random Ross, and today, if you can guess already, yes, I am reviewing Supergirl, the next installment in the DCU, in James Gunn's DCU, and is based on the DC characters. It's written by Anya Nogari or something, and directed by Craig Gillespie. Am I saying that right? And of course, it stars Millie Alcock, Matthias, I'm not going to try and pronounce the guy's name, Ridley, David Crumholst, Emily Beecham, David Corenswet, and Jason Momoa. So this follows Kara Zor-El as she goes on a mission across the galaxy to find an antidote for her dog, Crypto, that we saw in Superman last year. And along the way, she grows close to a young blacksmith's daughter called Ruthie Manacall of the Knoll clan, and she basically, goes on this journey where also she's celebrating her birthday, and she's on this journey where she has 3 days to save Crypto, and she's finding these ravishers, this lead ravish guy who just steals and loots and steals young females to sell off as brides. And basically, Kara, needs the power of the yellow sun to get powerful and fight these bad guys, save her dog, and stop some. And also, we get Lobo that gets caught up in the events along the way. And she saves Crypto in time and decides that she wants to stay on Earth with, her cousin Superman. So what did I like about this one? Well, this has had, of course, mixed reviews, and I can see why. The villain in it, I can't even remember his name. I believe his name was something like something like Kern of Yellow Hills. No, something like that. Kren, I think his name was. Again, he was an unlikable villain and kind of forgettable by name. So, also, we see Kara not really suited up in this until like the final act, to the final battle of this film. So we don't see her suited up as Supergirl, but when she does, I would say it was worth the wait. She spends most of the time in civilian clothes, especially a long beige coat we see her in. Especially that same coat we saw her in a mid-credit cameo in the first Superman film from last year. Millie Alcock, though, I thought she was good. It was the first Supergirl movie we got in over 40 years. And, this was like a fresh start for like the DCU, the second film in James Gunn's DCU, and I just like that these DCU movies aren't trying to be like Marvel. They're not playing catch up or rushing things like the last one did. They're taking their time. They're doing it their own thing. I like that. I like that they're actually they're doing their own thing. They're not trying to copy Marvel. They've got a 10 to 8 year plan right now. So I like that. I also thought this had good visual effects as well. Crypto, you could tell it was CGI, but what can you do? This also felt like I also got Guardians of the Galaxy vibes from this, because it was like an intergalactic space adventure. It wasn't like set solely on Earth like Superman was. We even get brief scenes with, David Corenswet as Superman again. Because we saw him make his big DCU debut last year in Superman. So we see him in it, and he just comes and goes. He's in a few segments. We see him in a flashback as well. That's another thing. We see Kara's backstory, how, her parents survived the destruction of Krypton and how she was born and what have you, and, how she survived, how she became Supergirl and what have you, and, how she got her suit. I like that. I like the companionship she has with, Crypto. I like the friendship she forms with the young girl in it. But the story was a bit... I will admit, it wasn't perfect, but it was alright. I even thought that little alien... Is it Seth Rogen? It was Seth Rogen. He makes a little cameo as a small alien that they encounter on a space bus. I thought that was him because I recognised his voice. But of course, the show stealer in this, I've got to say, is Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa, of course, we all know him from the previous DC Extended Universe where he was Aquaman. But, James Gunn, I think, listened to fans. I think fans have been listened to, and he is now Lobo in the DCU. I hope he gets his own solo movie as Lobo, because he was one of the best things about this film. He really was. He wore Lobo a lot better than Aquaman, and as I've said already, he was born to play Lobo, and, he sells it, and you know what? Props to them lot for actually doing it, making him Lobo, because he was perfect as Lobo, and made the film worthwhile, worth watchable. Another thing I will say that I liked is the runtime. See, this film actually ran for 1 hour and 50 minutes. It didn't run for 2 hours, it didn't run for 2.5 to 3 hours like the average superhero film has to follow now, has to be well over 2 hours, and can be a bit of a chore to get through. I like that this film actually, was under the 2 hour runtime. I thought we haven't had a superhero movie that short since, I don't know what, I don't know, since when did we last have one that was under 2 hours? And you know what, the runtime, meaning it didn't slow pace, didn't slow build. I mean, I guess we could have seen Kara in a Supergirl suit more, but when she got it on, it was worth it, and I liked it. And, there are no end credit scenes either. There's no post-credit scene, there's no mid-credit scene, and in the film, as the film ends, they cut straight to the credits. No this whole, title cards of all the cast and actors and what have you. They just get straight to the credits, because they did all that at the beginning of the movie. Of course, we don't need to see it again as the credits begin. The credits they get straight on with the credits, and you don't have to sit around and wait like I did. I mean, I knew already there was no end credit scenes and that, but you never know. But still, I'm glad that, they're trying to not be Marvel. They're trying to be their own thing, which is what they probably should have done in the first place. Not competed too much against Marvel Studios. I've got to say, DC, though, they are giving Marvel a bit of a run for their money at this rate. I mean, was this as good as Superman from last year? No, it wasn't. But, it's only just the second film in the DCU. I mean, look at how it started for Marvel with Iron Man, then the Incredible Hulk, and then, it started to pick up a bit when Thor came out and that. So, the DCU is still in its teething stages, all right? We've had one film out. We've got the third film coming out later this year, Clayface. So that's something I'm looking forward to, Clayface, and it's going to be body horror too, which will be interesting to see. We have the Lantern series coming out in August, and we've had Peacemaker Season 2, which Season 1 ending got retconned and now is part of the DCU. Just go with it. We've had Creature Commandos, and there's another season of that coming at some point. Yeah, I think the DCU is coming along nicely. So anyway, I think I've spoken enough, said enough. about this one now. What shall I rate this one? Like I say, it has its kinks. It has its, it's good moments. But no way was I bored watching this. I was enjoying it, and I can see why it doesn't go down so well with some people. It's a shame it's kind of bombed, but I'm hoping that this will still turn a profit. I think we'll definitely see Kara again in some future projects in the DCU, because, like I say, it's still in its teething stages. We need to give it time to build, okay? So anyway, Supergirl, what am I going to rate this one? You know what? I enjoyed it. The way I feel about it now, I'll give it, and Jason Momoa made it worthwhile, I think I will give this 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5 for Supergirl. So a good 3.5 out of 5. Almost could have made it to 4, but still, that's a good score from me. So anyway, yeah. What did you think to this one? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are linked down below in the description, so you can check all it out. I've been Random Ross. This has been a random review, and until next time, I bid you all a goodbye, friends. Goodbye.